There we go. Hey everybody, sorry my last live got cut off. Let me see here. So, I wanted to come live for a quick second to talk to you guys about one of the major serious issues that I deal with as a spiritual healer and as someone who aligns people's energies. Hello, beautiful evening to you all, beautiful Sunday evening. I was just having some tea, hanging out with my kitties, my spouse, and I thought, I haven't talked about this topic in a while, and for some reason my guides are asking me to, because I'm doing some works, some helping some people spiritually that suffer with alcoholism and drug addiction, as well as like sexual abuse recently, and just a lot of things have been brought up regarding these topics spiritually. And I think that there's a misconception in the spiritual realm that because demons don't show up in their physical form with this ugly face and this harsh laugh and these taunting words, that they're not real. Okay, and I'm not trying to scare anyone, but demons show up in our regular faces. Okay, they show up as addictions, they show up as abuse, they show up as depression, anxiety, lying, self-sabotage. Okay, so just like how your angels can pump you up, those demons can grab on really easily, and they fool you into thinking that you're okay. And in reality, you are numbing all of the things they are causing in your life with other things. Okay, so they're causing things in your life, whether you want to think of them figuratively or physically, literally. These are demons, guys. It's just another way of thinking about it. It's just another way. A lot of people say, well, only Christians believe in hell and only Christians believe in demons, and maybe that's true, but in reality they affect all of us, no matter what religion, what ethnicity we are, what gender we are. I've come across many people who suffer with their own illnesses, with their own demons. Okay, they're sick, they suffer alcoholism and abuse, and they suffer self-doubt and depression and anxiety, and ultimately ending in suicide. Okay, a lot of people, and I know this from experience because I myself, many of you know that I myself, when I was younger, went through a demonic attack, and I was suicidal. I was in a really bad state before I started practicing this full time. Before I found my healing, okay? Before I found healing spiritually, and then emotionally and mentally and physically from a lot of things that were attacking me. And what happens is why are these demons attached to us? And these demons can come in a form of depression or anxiety or alcoholism or drug addiction or sex addiction or self-sabotage, or that's why in the tarot cards the devil represents all types of self-sabotages, addiction, alcohol, drugs, all those things, right? So the reason why these things happen and why we attract these energies is because we do not live in our truth. Okay, I have learned that the more you lie to yourself and the more you try to numb the truth or try to deny the truth, the more that these things take power. Okay, the angels are constantly telling me, as much as the truth may hurt, because we live in a society where it's okay to lie to one another, lying is a betrayal. It's a form of betrayal. And when you lie to others and when you lie to yourself, you create these attachments to dark energies, and you invite these dark energies into your life. And I'm not saying that by drinking alcohol you're inviting dark energies into your life, not at all. Good spirits like to drink alcohol, as long as it's in moderation and it's not to numb something that is harming you in a deeper level. So a lot of people ask me, why am I depressed? Why am I going through anxiety? And I ask you back, what demon are you harboring? Are you harboring a demon of abuse? Are you harboring a demon of sexual abuse or child abuse or alcoholism or drug addiction or sex addiction? What is that you're harboring in yourself? What is it that you're doing to self-sabotage? Okay, there's my kitty cat. So what is it? And the best way to get rid of these things is to find balance, okay? When I'm working with people to help them do alignments, what I do a lot of the times when they see me in person, they're not even aware I'm doing this half the time, is I'm aligning their energy centers. I am aligning the parts of themselves that have fragmented through the process of hiding their truths, okay? Okay, so first we need to think about, the first thing out of all of it is saying, I need help. I need help, okay? Finding either help spiritually or finding, but I'm going to tell you, it's going to take spiritual, mental, physical, all those types of help to get you to a healthy balance, okay? And it takes maintenance. For example, last year I actually had a young lady here who traveled all the way from the other side of the country to see me, and we did a spiritual alignment, and we did baths to remove this dark entity that was attached to her. She was depressed and suicidal. A few weeks ago, she wrote me saying that her whole life has flipped completely around. But why is that? She took the advice that my guides gave her. She took the advice that her guides led her to come to me to get assistance, right? I've had people that have come to me all the way from Australia to deal with these things, okay? And she was able to get this stuff removed, and she was able to start healing. And I'm so happy and so glad to hear that she has been able to flip her life around. And she's just telling me, Priestess May, I went to you, I got the work done, I felt great right away, and then I went and I did the therapy that you told me to do, and I healed mentally, I'm healing mentally, and I'm continuing to do my maintenance baths, I'm continuing to take care of my spirit, taking care of myself. A lot of us want to take care of other people when we don't have the ability to even take care of ourselves. That's where the first mistake starts, okay? The first mistake is trying to take care of other people before you're ready to have care of yourself. When you're older and you had children when you were very young, if you had a child at a young age, that child will feel all your fear, okay? Because women, we carry all the eggs that we will ever give birth to. We carry those in our body. So all the fear, all of the shame, all of the rejection of having a child at a young age, your child will feel that. And even though you may love your child may feel unwanted because it can feel all of that energy. It's built into its fibers, okay? It's built into the fiber of every muscle and every bone in that child, okay? So a child, I'm not shaming young moms at all. If you want to be a mom when you're young, that's great. It's a beautiful experience. But don't get caught up in the trap that a child is going to bring you the unconditional love that you don't have for yourself, okay? And older moms out there who had children really young, you may not agree with me publicly, but you agree that when you have a child very young, it can make you feel like you're losing part of yourself, like you're losing some time that you could be focusing on yourself, okay? That doesn't mean you don't want your child, that you love your child. I know that my mother loved me, but maybe my mom had me a little younger than she should have because it was her culture. So my mom was really tough on me, which I give her thanks for because she made me a beautiful human. I think I am anyway. She made me a more compassionate human because there were some mistakes that I saw her make as a mom that maybe I was like, I don't want to make the same mistakes in my future, so I'm going to wait and have a child when I'm more ready. But she gave her all to me. So this is not a criticism of my mother. I'm just using an example. She gave her all to me. She gave her all to 7 children, and we all have different characteristics of ourselves. We all have different personalities, and we all are pretty good kids. So we all are pretty good kids, all trying to figure out, at least to her, all trying to figure out our own way in life, right? So back to the depression and the anxiety, it's how much of yourself are you giving away before you're even ready to give it away? Are you giving it away to another person that is your age, that is your spouse or your friend or whatever? Okay. Exactly. You're so caught up, and I have dealt with a few moms that have been going through this. You guys are so caught up in taking care of your kids that you forget to take care of yourself. Yes, my siblings do have gifts like myself, but they do not want their gifts. At least not right now. They're not. They feel that they're not ready to take on that kind of responsibility. They haven't gone through that kind of harsh healing that I had to go through, because when you go through healing, you go through hell, guys. I don't know if any of you have gone through healing, but when you go through healing, you have to walk through hell. That is why they say when Jesus died, he went to hell first and then rose to heaven. When you're going through a healing, you and many beliefs have this belief that when you die, you go through hell first and then you go to heaven. Because when you go through, it's an analogy of healing. You have to go through really bad things to heal, okay? You have to be able to say the truth. And sometimes the truth will lose people for you, because we live in a society where it's okay to lie to save other people's feelings. And I'm not saying go out there and be angry and mean to people, okay? But if you are, depression is anger turned inward. It is anger turned towards the self. So the anger that you have towards someone else, you become angry at yourself for not expressing it. And what happens is that every muscle, every bone, every fiber of your being self starts to feel self-hatred and self-anger. And then what happens is that attracts negative energies. That attracts things that will say to you, well, maybe you should take your own life, or maybe you should just give up, or maybe do not do this. Do not fall into these traps. If you need help, ask for it. If you need help, ask for it. Go to the proper people that can help you. I can only help someone on a spiritual level, meaning I can only help you align your energies, help get your fragments of your spirit back together, so that your spirit can be defragmentized. Okay? And then after that, you can focus on healing your mind. And what I do is I remove the spiritual garbage from your aura, so that your body has the ability to heal, and so that your mind has the ability to heal. And then we identify some of the issues, some of the demons that you have that are getting in your way of healing. That is why I say I do ship baths, and they help a lot of people when I ship them. But if you can come to me in person, we can do even deeper work, because we can do alignments, we can do cleansings and things like that. But you have to align your spirit. And you may laugh and you may not believe what I'm saying, but trust me, one day when things start to fall apart and the house starts to burn down, you will remember my words. Align your spirit to the divine. Align your spirit, because when your spirit connection, because you may be disappointed in the church and religion have nothing to do with God. If you're disappointed in church and religion and you break your connection with God because of that, you're the only one that's going to suffer. Because not only are you going to suffer in this lifetime, but you're going to take that suffering into other lifetimes, and you will pass that suffering on to further generations. You will pass on that because remember, especially if you're a woman, you carry all the eggs that you will ever have. So in you, you have your grandmother, your great-grandmother. Whatever woman started your lineage 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, you have her lineage in you. Whatever pain she went through, you have that in you. Whatever abuse she went through, you have that in you. That is in your core. That is in your every fiber of your being. And if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. But I am telling you from a place of experience, my short experience, okay? Because I haven't been practicing as long as my mother has been practicing, as long as my grandfather, my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, and so on have practiced this spiritual practice for a really long time. So, but I, even in my short practice of 10 going on almost 15 years being a reader, 10 years being a spiritual worker. I'm telling you from this very short amount of time. 15 years is a short amount of time. But it's a long time when you are working this work and you are learning things every single day. You have to take care of these demons that are attacking you. And whether if you don't want to call them demons because you don't want to lean too much on the religion side, that's fine. Flaws, shattered parts, whatever you want to call them, they are your energy. It's part of your energy, because we all have shadow, we all have light, and we need to be in balance in order to live our lives the best way possible. Okay, so what my job is just to help people, is to give you a little bit of my light so that you can find that balance from your shadow over to your balance, so that we can move forward, so that we can help rebuild your lineage, rebuild the way that your family is going to be perceived thousands of years from now. Because from you, if you have children, from you thousands of years from now, I am not healing you alone. I'm healing the people that are going to be taking over this earth 2,000 years from now. That's what my goal is to assist in that healing process, in breaking these familial curses that we are bringing with us every single generation. Because since the beginning of time, especially whether you were a man or a woman, you were forced to take on responsibilities that were too big for your young self and caused shocks and traumas and shattering of your spirit of the spirit around your body. Okay, so it's really important. In this, I feel, I was reading an article that we are in the 6th millennium, which is equivalent to the 6th day of creation. If you believe in Genesis, the 7 days of creation, but this is the 6th day of creation, where, according to Genesis, if you believe in it, or according to many texts, is the 6th day where God created mankind. Okay, if you believe that that's how it is, if you want to call God universe, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter what we call it. At the end of the day, it's, we're here. Okay, so this is the era where we are so blessed to be able to speak to each other from across the world, from across the entire, look at this amazing ability for me to speak to some of you who may be all the way on the other side of the world and say, I had the same problem you had, and I found a way to help myself fix it. Okay, I went to a spiritual healer first, and then I went to a mental healer, and then I decided, you know what, I need to make some changes in my physical body, eating differently, exercising, replacing coffee with tea. I became an herbalist. I learned how to use herbs to heal my body. I informed myself. I read books. Guys, my book collection, aside from my spiritual knowledge that I'm receiving from my guides, my book collection is worth probably more than $70,000. And that's because I read and I collect books, and my library is crazy, and my spouse is about to leave me, but that's a different, I'm just kidding. She's not going to leave me. She knows I love books more than anything. But it's about informing yourself and being discerning of the information you are receiving. Remembering that sometimes religion and the church may be just another interpretation that another human being had. Another human being just like yourself. Just like myself. I was telling someone yesterday, every spiritual belief starts with one person and then it gets passed on. But it's up to the people who receive it how honest and true and open-hearted and light-hearted and love-hearted we receive the teachings. Okay? If something doesn't feel right, I wouldn't accept that teaching. If something doesn't feel right to my spirit or to my intuition, I wouldn't accept that teaching. So if you need help, whether you get it from me or you get it from any other spiritual worker, I don't believe in competition between spiritual workers, because we all were put here for a different reason. And there is plenty of people that we need to help. There are plenty of generations that we need to help. So that whole BS of there being competition between spiritual workers, I don't believe in that, because I know that I'm here to help the people that I can help in my lifetime, and I'm hoping that maybe I'll leave someone else that will take over my work, because there is a spiritual warfare, whether we want to believe it or not. There is a spiritual warfare, because there are people out there whom their demons are so deep that they're no longer even asking for help. Now they just want to destroy. They want to destroy anyone and anything that comes in their path. Why? Because broken people break things. Broken people break things. And whether we want to believe in that, I'm not trying to spread any fear. I'm trying to spread knowledge and understanding. And this may change in 10, 15 years from now. I may change my understanding based on my experience. But there are people out there that really feel that if they don't destroy someone else, they will lose what's theirs. And I will tell you, no one can take what is meant for you. Yes, Anuni. People with demons so deep that they feel that they must destroy everything in their path. So as beings of light, we need to find ourselves in balance. It's not about being so light that you're a saint. It's about being in balance with your spirit and knowing when your spirit says to you, yes, this is the right way, or no, this is the wrong way, and being compassionate and understanding. And it breaks my heart when I see parents who stop speaking with their kids because of something that their child is doing that feels right. Okay? There are people that I've seen stop speaking to their children because they married someone of a different race or a different religion. Who cares? God doesn't ask you what your religion was on the other side. At least that's not my experience. But if that's what you want to believe, that's what you want to believe. What God has asked me is to balance my spirit, is to worry about balancing my spirit. And then after I learned how to balance my spirit, pass on the knowledge to someone else. Of course, sometimes there has to be an energy sacrifice. But I try to help people as much as possible find their way. There is baths on my channel, my YouTube channel, that helps you remove some of that negative energy. If you need deeper work, then you'd have to come to me, or we'd have to set up some baths for me to ship to you. But we really need to work as a society now, instead of telling each other lies, realizing that if we are true friends and we are true family members and we are true parents or children of the parents, we need to say the truth. Okay? You need to say the truth. Someone who lies to you is not your friend. Someone who lies to you, you may think that hiding something from someone is loving, but it is not. It is a betrayal of sorts. So it's important to tell the truth and to live in the most honest truth you can live in. Communicate as much as you can, because everything comes to light. Everything comes to light. Every lie will come to light. Everything that is dark must find light, and everything that is light must find the shadows. So everything will come out, no matter how much it hurts. We have to say, I have said truths to people that I knew was going to break our relationship. I knew it was going to shatter things, and there are still truths that are still coming out of me on days that I realized, oh man, I had gotten rid of this demon, and then something I saw triggered this energy again, and I don't want that energy near me. I need to get that energy out of me. So I need to tell the truth no matter how much it hurts. So it's really important to find balance between the good and the bad. Find balance between the shadow and the light. Because only through balance can you go on and do your things that you want to do, whether that is pursuing your dreams, or being parents, or being family members, or being friends. You can't give out of an empty cup. You must be right. You must be balanced with spirit, so that spirit can fill up your cup and give it, and so that you can fill others' cups. But you can't fill from an empty cup, and only spirit and balance can refill your cup. So I hope that this message was able to reach some of you. If you need my assistance, you know that you can reach me on priestessmay.com. The reason why I require a consultation is because I cannot connect with your guardian angel without their permission, without your permission, and I cannot just randomly open a session with your guardian angel. Your guardian angel knows exactly what you need and what needs to be done. Okay. For in-person healings, I suggest you book a consultation first, so that we can assess with your guardian angel what is happening and what needs to be done, and then we can set up the appointment to get your in-person healing session done. That is the way that I do things, because I like to keep things organized, so that way you get the most out of the healing when you are here and you are clear on what you need to be doing. Many blessings to you. If you need to reach me, you can book a consultation or a reading on priestessmay.com, and I would love to answer whatever questions you have, but I do need the assistance of your guardian angels, which can only be done during a session. I cannot just open a random session unless we are doing a live reading or something like that. Okay? So I am on the East Coast of the US. If you are not able to make it to me, there are other options that I offer, such as long distance healing and through candle work, and also long distance baths and cleansings. Okay. The consultation, it depends on how much time you want, and it depends on what reading you want. The pricing, availability, and everything is available on my website, priestessmay.com. So you guys must have to make the effort, okay, so that I can help you out. I cannot chase you to get your own healing. I can only tell you that I have walked through this valley of shadow of death, and I am on the other side, because I let my guides help me get to where I need to get. And every day I check in with my spirit and I say, am I where I need to be yet? And if my guide says not yet, I continue to work towards that. Even I myself, after doing cleansings on you, I have to cleanse myself to make sure that none of that energy that you had gets attached to me. So that is why there is a process for everything. It's not just about the money or the fees. It's about the process. Because when you want a true healing, you have to follow the process. You have to follow the process that it takes to get the healing you need. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this live brought you some clarity. I will post a replay on youtube.com/priestessmay so you guys can rewatch this live if you came in late. And I will repost it to my Instagram. My lives, I haven't been reposting my lives on YouTube because some of them for some reason did not save when after I finished. But I am hoping that as long as this one's saved, I'm going to go ahead and post it on my YouTube so you can rewatch it. Many love, many blessings. And remember, walk with the love in your heart that you want to receive in your life. So my YouTube is youtube.com/priestessmay. Many blessings. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.